Hi, I'm Nancy Bush, Clackamas County's Disaster Management Director and the COVID-19 Emergency Operations Center Commander. Today, here in Clackamas County, we have 925 positive cases and 27 deaths. So much of reopening Oregon is dependent on a partnership between the public and the county. We have been dealing with COVID-19 for several months, and we get it. We are growing tired of how it's changed our life and the sacrifices we have made. However, this virus is still real, and we are seeing cases increase in the county, state, and the nation. That is affecting our work in the EOC. We are now facing a shortage of tests and have moved backwards. If you remember, early in 2020, at the beginning of this pandemic, tests were limited. We could approach a similar situation in the coming weeks. As we reopen the county, demands for PPE remains high. Some are difficult to obtain, such as gowns and gloves. Things may be mundane, and we may think the crisis is over, but that is not the case. I'd like to introduce you to one of our neighbors who has lived through this virus. He has a message on how we can help our community bring Oregon and Clackamas County forward.
My name is Aaron. I'm a resident of West Lynn. I'm a Portland native. Grew up in Lake Oswego. I'm married, and I have 4 children. Well, because I have asthma, my wife strongly encouraged me to stay home. So in terms of the precautions that we were taking, we were not spending any time with any friends or family. And for the first time in 3 weeks, I had just spent some time over at my parents' house. My mother has compromised health issues. So I was concerned the following day when I had this sore throat that came on pretty strong. That you start thinking, well, what if I have COVID, and what if I now exposed my mother to this? I just assumed this was going to be like any sort of virus or flu that I had received before, and when you're done, you kind of move on with your life. About 6 weeks after testing positive, I continue to have some compromised respiratory issues. I still am not, this has now been over 3 months now, and I still have not completely, I guess, bounced back. And so I actually have to wear a mask when I go outside, just even in open air, because for whatever reason, my lungs are hypersensitive to dust and pollen at this point in time. It seems like with COVID, there is a significant span and range of experiences that people are having. And the challenge is that we really don't know, if you get COVID, where are you going to be in that range? Are you going to get really, really sick? Is it going to be relatively mild, but you're going to have ongoing symptoms, and I put myself in that category? Or is this going to be like a blip and you're not even going to know it? The challenge is we don't really know. We don't really know how you're going to react. We don't know how you're going to respond. I do think that each of us, there's a lot of debate about the wearing of masks, and this somehow takes away your rights by being forced to wear a mask. And I consider I'm a religious person, and so I tend to live by the 2 great commandments. And so for me, I think that each of us should want to help our community out by wearing masks. Like, it's as simple as that.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about what's happening in the EOC. We're here to help our community survive this pandemic, and will continue to do so, but we need your help. Please wear your face covering, practice physical distancing, limit group activities outside of your household, and assess your safety risk. Wash your hands. We need to work together to ensure that we remain in phase 1. Moving into phase 2 comes with its own risk, and no one wants to go backward. Thank you.